Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. It's exhibition season number 3, and it's round number 2. And I failed last season to get my car into the top 5 for my manufacturer. This exhibition season, I'm trying out the Ford. I'm going to see if I can't put this Ford up in the top 5, make some waves here in these top split lobbies. Can I do it? I don't know. Stick around. Check it out. All right, lobby opens up. I take a quick peek, and there they are. You see GTWS Thunder and Grove Street Racing in here, so it is a top split lobby for the time slot. See Cantilever, Greasy, and even the old friend Hemiata is making it into the top split here. So I get to race with Hemi this round, so that should be fun. Just get to race with him a lot in the practice lobbies. Now to set up this qualifying lap, you got to set up the exit from Banky Boy. Really nice, did a good job there. Got on the wrong part of the grass, probably cost me 100th of a second or so right there if you want to count those hundreds. All right, so to get the lap started, get on the brakes early there before the 50 board, get down onto the apex, power through, go deep into the corner, and then back in. Got to hit all 3 of those apexes nicely to get a good lap time. Then I'd straddle the sausage here because, well, I'm pretty dang good at it. Seminar coming up later. Get on the brakes again before the 50-meter board. Important to get down this curb and get the car rotated. Stay to the left, and then drop it down to first. Get it to rotate in the Mustang back into second. Mustang wanting to just rip the tires apart on throttle, so you got to really apply it gently coming out of the corner. I'm behind Cantilever in the all-wheel drive Mitsubishi. He has got that really nice exit coming out of that hairpin. Then again through Banky Boy, try to carry as much speed as you can there without going into the sand. Did good. Here we're just trying to keep it smooth. Not tightening the steering too much, keeping it open enough to where you're carrying speed. Get a 56.514 for my qualifying lap. Was really not pleased at all with that time. We had a little bit of headwind in this qualifying lobby, but for some reason, all the time seemed a little bit slow. I mean, right now you see right there is a 56.3 is the fastest time in the lobby. And these folks here are very capable of getting down into the 55s and qualifying. So not really sure what was going on there because the headwind didn't seem that strong. But maybe it was, I have no idea, but it would be good for P10 in this lobby for the start of the race. Was not happy with that, just was not happy. I felt like I could have done better than that, but that's where we start, so that's what we're working with. I start off behind Cantilever and Hemiata, 2 names I'm very familiar with racing with, so got to stay on their bumper and wait for them to make a mistake. Neither of those drivers make many mistakes, so it could be tough for old Gretty to move up some spots. So we'll see if I can't do something with the pit strategies. We're getting started here, get the 3-2-1. A pit stop is required in the race. So my thought is here is if I'm going to be faster than Canty and or Hemi, I'm going to have to pit at a different time because otherwise it's just going to be really hard to get by them because I know these guys tend to put it on the apex all the time. Don't make a lot of mistakes, these two. So it really limits my ability to make a pass, especially in the Mustang because it struggles coming out of the hairpin, which is probably your better or your best passing opportunity. So anyway, a little mistake there at the beginning of the race, get a little squirrely on the right-hander and the back end comes out and I get a little off behind. But luckily we get that that Constantine, that organ effect here where everyone kind of squishes up at the corner as folks are trying to get around. So back into the slipstream within 7/10 of Canty as we head down towards Big Banky Boy. Send it down the inside. Going to get that big Mustang riled up and fired up and heading back uphill. Now, you would think this Mustang, with all the torque that it's got, would be able to just run everybody down on the uphill section. That wasn't the case. Now, you'll see Hemi and Cantilever jump off into the pits off the right-hand side there. I decide to stay out to see if I can't catch up to P4 and grab some slipstream, possibly improve my race times compared to the folks that just jumped into the pits. Now, you know I was in P10, I'm now in P5, which means 5 people in front of me have jumped in the pits already at the end of lap 1. That gives me an opportunity to run fast laps behind these faster guys in pretty clean air. I really do need that slipstream, though, to help pull me forward. I am catching up to the 2 guys in front of me, so that does bode well in terms of overall race pace. It means that my pace is good enough that I'm starting to move forward. So if I can keep that up throughout the race, may be able to jump people with a later pit stop and or, things happen on track. Folks get penalties. All 5 of those folks going into pits in front of me, they're going to be battling out maybe a little bit. And then P4, he just jumps in the pits there on the end of lap number 2. So He's out of my way now. Now I can put my head down and look forward towards P3 there, Emmanuel RN44, and try and get on his back bumper. Maybe use the slipstream of that BMW M4, which is a really nice turning car. If you've ever driven the BMW M4, it is a really good turning car. And that doesn't necessarily have the greatest top end or the greatest acceleration, but it handles very well. So going to try and get onto the backside here of the BMW and let him possibly pull me forward, maybe move me up the ranks a little bit as we're here on lap number 3. I'm 4.9 seconds off the leader, Spartan Stark, who is in front of VQS Thunder and Emmanuel there. Now, we are a good ways back behind them. I don't think that we will catch up to those folks, but if I can get into the slipstream of Emmanuel, then job is finished for this part of the race. And then I'm going to hang on to it as long as I can, hopefully make those passes in the pit stop, so to speak, as they are hopefully battling it out back behind me and slowing the race pace down. So let's fast forward a little bit, see what happens about the halfway point in this race, see how I'm looking compared to the rest of the field. On to lap number 7. Still in the slipstream of Emmanuel here on lap 7. He takes too much of the left-hander there. Goes a little bit wide. Gets a half-second penalty. I'm licking my chops. I'm like, oh, man, if I could just get within a half-second on the right. I see someone's off the road to the right there. P14 on that. And then Grove Street is just parked on the left side of the course, just having a picnic over there. Not sure what he's doing, sightseeing or something. Maybe he got a new VR headset. He's just checking out the scenery. I don't know, but let's have a look back and see exactly what happened there. So I jump in with Grove's car here, and I don't really know what he's doing. He's just kind of slowly lollygagging along the track here. Maybe he's looking for a new UFO sighting, or I don't know. He just runs right into the wall. And then he's back on track. So I guess that last-minute correction there by Gran Turismo 7 not helping there, as we had some weird lag anomaly going on where Grove and another driver were just seemingly parked on the track while the rest of us passed him, and then he went back to his normal position again there by lap 8. So very odd, but had me excited for a minute. I thought maybe I got a couple of Gretty passes there, but no such luck. However, there is a penalty on the gentleman in front of me there, Emmanuel RN44, but unfortunately I'm 1.3 seconds back. He is just pulling away from me. I guess he really got his head down when he got that penalty. But still, there is an opportunity to try and get a little bit closer, a little tighter into the old slipstream there, and use them, to continue my charge towards the front of the pack, as I am now in P2 in the top split lobby, as everyone else is pitted. So I've been promoted. But you never know. They could be making mistakes back there, and I could really be in P2. While highly unlikely, it is possible still. Will it be the case? Well, we're going to have to find out after I pit. But nonetheless, I've got Emmanuel right in front of me here. His driving is a little erratic. Pretty fast guy. He's pretty quick, 7.4. But I got to say, the whole race, he was kind of all over the place there on the track. Sometimes he would just lay down these really nice, perfect tracks, laps, and other times he would just kind of be all over the place. It was really odd, but unfortunately I missed my best opportunity to get by him when he had that half-second penalty. All I can do is hang on now and see where he can pull me. So let's fast forward again and see what happens a little further towards the end of the race. On to lap number 16, and I had moved my way pretty firmly into the slipstream here of Emmanuel, and I was pretty close to his back bumper on several of the laps. I was putting a lot of pressure on him. Not really real pressure. I wasn't pressuring him to pass. I was just trying to use him and the M4 to keep me moving forward and trying to pull myself up positions in the race. As you see, he goes a little wide there into the sand. All these little mistakes just allowing me to stay in touch with him. Now, he goes wide here, goes into the pits on lap 16. Don't know if he wanted to just jump in there to get me out of his slipstream and try and put in quicker laps than I was able to do, or if maybe he wanted to go a little early. That way, if he came in behind someone, give him a few laps to try and get in front of them. I thought it would be best just to run out in clean air like this until the 19th lap. As long as possible, you want to stay out of any kind of fight before then. Or maybe he thought a fight was coming with me, and that's why he jumped into the pits. No telling. I don't know. Emmanuel, if you watch the video, if you're a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and let me know why you jumped in there on lap number 16. Just curious. no idea, really. Likeliness of Emmanuel being a subscriber probably slim to none, but you never know. You never know. Lap 17, I'm not going to go in the pits. I'm going to stay out. I'm going to do my best to hopefully try and even possibly get in front of Emmanuel here on these last couple of laps. He may get another 5-second penalty. He may have come out door to door with someone on these pits and, you know, slowed him down. You just never know. But let's all just take a moment to appreciate what you see going on right now. Go Gr4 leading laps here in the top split lobby, riding the sausage there like a champ, showing everyone how it is done, as I am 12 seconds ahead of VQS Thunder P1. Well, Mr. Thunder right now is looking up to Go Gr4. He's got to know that I haven't pitted yet, but there's just part of me that just smiles just a little bit, thinking maybe he's like, did Gr4 pit yet or not? There's no way he's in front of me. No, Thunder, I have not pitted yet. I'm, in fact, probably about 7 or 8 seconds behind you, even though I'm in front of you. But if you watch the differential here, I'm actually holding a pretty decent differential between me and Thunder right now. It's just hanging out there at about the 12-second mark. So pretty pleased with that. It means I'm putting in some pretty decent laps here, or at least, you know, holding some pretty good lap times. My lap time's been very consistent. High 56s, low 57s, right around a 57 flat. I felt like it was a little slow, but for some reason, this lobby seemed to be running slow. Again, our headwind has picked up from 4 to 4.9 seconds, so no telling there. But as you see, as I go around through the hairpin again, still holding that 12-second gap to P2, VQS Thunder, who has somehow gotten in front of Spartan Stark, who was P1 earlier in the race. The question is, where is the rest of the group that I pitted, that I was racing with before they pitted? It's probably that second group of cars back there on the track. So as I go in, we're going to find out what exactly happened. Stay over to the right side here. Get into the pit entrance. Don't cross that white line. That white line is a 3.5-second penalty. You can cross the one on the right side with just your right tires, but you cannot cross the one on the left side at all, or you will nab that 3, and I think it's 3.5 seconds. It might be 3 seconds. Regardless, I think it's 3 seconds. It's enough to pretty much put an end to your race. So come in here, and I'm already starting to drop positions as VQS Thunder and Spartan Stark and the rest of them pass me while I'm in the pits. Come out, and I am door to door with Hemiata, but I've got the inside line, so I'm able to keep the position from Hemi here as we head into the left-hander. Now as we go through the left-hander, the question is Hemi going to try and find a way around his buddy? Oh, Gr4. I say I'm his buddy. I don't know if I'm in fact his buddy, but I'm just going to make that assumption. Then Hemi sends it onto the sausage curve and into my rear quarter panel, almost taking us out there on the hairpin, but able to survive the contact without any troubles. Hemi falls back to 0.8. I'm falling back here to 1.2 on Emmanuel after that tap there in the hairpin, but I probably wasn't going to catch Emmanuel anyway. So no harm, no fouls. We come up towards the finish line, able to pick up 3 spots from P10 to P7 with the pit strategy. Take home that P7. So factory boys should be happy with old Gr4 there picking up those 3 spots. Hopefully putting in some good points here on my first race of the season. I did miss the first one because I was upset. Yes, I was butthurt that we did not get to race for Grand Valley, so I skipped it. 246 points old Gr4 gets, puts it on the board. Where does that position me in the rankings, though? Well, if we switch on over to the boards there, I'm first for Louisiana, first for manufacturing in Louisiana. But how am I overall for Ford? I am tied for third with USR BR3 JAO. I'm 7th on the friends list, so looking good so far. My first race of the season. We got 2 races to go before the exhibition season ends. So hit that like and subscribe. Come back and check out some more action for myself. Go Gr4. Y'all have a great evening.